Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have so much fun. This is week 4. You have reached the halfway point. They're a compilation of what I learned from watching Henry Cotton and reading his stuff, what I learned from taking the advanced ball striking course, and then also what I believe Hogan was trying to teach, but you had to really read every single word of his books very slowly, very methodically, like a scientist, to figure it out. So if you don't work on it, I can assure you it won't matter. So enjoy. We'll see you at the range soon. Okay, so this is a tire. Henry Cotton used to use a tire to teach his students impact. And this is essentially all he did. So you guys have already learned how to do this. You know, you guys have figured out basically the hinge, the 360 degree hinge, and you understand basically how to hit this tire. It's not complex. So in advanced ball striking, we essentially learned how to do this. We used impact bags. Henry Cotton uses a tire. I prefer a tire because I found that impact bags actually cause tendonitis for me. So I like having something that bounces. That way I can fully leverage the club and I get a reverb, so the energy gets transferred all throughout. And it doesn't just get transferred back into my shoulder joint. Now, I'm a little older. If you're younger, use an impact bag because you'll get a lot more feedback. This is more for older folks that essentially want to work impact without hitting golf balls, but you don't want to develop tendonitis in the elbows and, issues with your wrists, etc. I'm not going to go through how to do this. You guys have seen my grip video. It's the same thing. You're using one hand, you're working through 360 degrees of the grip, and you're hitting the tire. It's that simple. Start at 10%, work your way up to, we'll say, 75, 80%, nothing crazy. As always, 25 to 100 reps, depending on how crazy you are. I would not recommend more than 10 reps at a time, though. Let your body rest. So, 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 up to 10. Now, making it more reactive is what I believe works better. So I treat this very differently than the advanced ball striking team does. I believe that Lee Trevino was onto something with his happy feet. Same with Denny McCarthy. I think that you have to have a trigger to your swing, so you might as well start building it now. So essentially what we're doing is we're training impact, and that's it. 25 to 100 reps. And then you get to go to the range this week. There's no range homework. You're going to get to just go hit balls and enjoy it. So don't overdo this. Don't wear yourself out so much. By the time you get to the range, your elbow's hurting, your wrist is hurting, all that bullshit. You don't want that. Okay? So again, it's 360 degrees, back to the tire. 360 degrees, back to the tire. So again, get full range of motion of the wrists when you're doing this drill. I'm not going to overcomplicate it by giving you lots of data because you got to kind of feel your way through this. Okay, guys? So again, I'm just going to give you a couple more examples. Bam. Bam. Notice I'm not really worried about my feet here too much. I'm using momentum. I'm using physics. I'm using the natural geometry of the club. I'm using my natural biomechanics. Don't overthink this. You can get deep into the details. But again, this is the halfway point where we're going to essentially start moving into the transition. So I need your forearms extremely strong now. I need your joints very, very strong, very mobile, because next week's lesson is essentially the hardest lesson I'm going to have to teach you. So when we're doing that lesson, if you haven't accomplished this half of it, I can't give you the other half. You won't be able to do it. It'll cause injury. So please, guys, 100 reps, 25 minimum, nice and chill. This is a fun drill. If you don't have a tire, use an impact bag. 10 reps. Take your time with it. I want you guys to have fun with it. Notice, I'm not stagnant. I'm athletic. I believe Henry Cotton was onto something when he said that, and that's why I follow that method versus the ABS method, which is very You stand in one place, you don't move. Essentially, you're just building the strength in your forearms. But I think the waggle is a better tool for that. So that's why I do it that way. I want this to be a reactive drill. I want you to hit this and not think about where it's going, what your feet are doing, any of that crap. Just pure athleticism.